held Shimoda Bryan has held us hostage again and is making us watch Death Battle again.
Okay. Oh well, yeah. Shut it. That's what anyone says in a cartoon, right?
Oh no. This is how I did. Shut up!
Okay, turn right down there.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I just had to show him.
Yeah, thank you. Shut up. But anyway, hey, we're back. So yes, we did miss Simone versus Kyle, but to be fair, I was busy.
He was getting busy.
You know, I was busy somewhere else, like in Spain or something like that. I forgot what it was.
He played the country again. Where's my phone? I should actually check my phone.
So,
but yeah, we're back. So we're gonna see the an episode that took a long time, but we're finally here. Wile E Coyote versus Tomcat.
My older sister messaged me. I think she's done with Link's Awakening. She's asking what's the next Zelda game I have for her to steal. She has played Skyward Sword and she's played Link's Awakening on Switch. Which should I give her? Should I give her? Oh heck yeah! Bank of Ireland advertisement. Should I give her Breath of the Wild?
Yeah, you might as well. By the way, how's your younger sister getting on with Arkham Knight on the Switch?
It is actually, when I actually look at it, maybe don't actually. When I look at it, it is actually very like it, especially with the
Turn it on, please.
I'll turn that and then I'll mute it for.
And has she faced any crashing issues?
No, but she has glitches. I told you about the cave one. There was also another one where she was in the ground, in the floor, and she couldn't move at all. I think that was it so far, but again, no crashes. She was playing on her Switch, so. So it wasn't that, because I know the crashes are like Switch 2 thing, which is weird.
Okay. So
So whether you're playing on Switch 1 or Switch 2, Arkham Knight is still.
Yeah, I will admit. I think I would be fine if it wasn't for the crashes. I'd be fine with Switch 2 with the whole not running or looking the greatest, but at least it's not lagging a lot.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just a spoiled brat who played the game when it first came out 10 years ago tomorrow.
I mean,
time sure flies.
Yeah. Oh, what was I gonna... So, anyway, where were we last? Oh, right. Anyway, so I think... Anyway, this will be like the third animated fight this year so far, actually. I'm surprised, actually, now to think about it, there's been 3 hand-drawn episodes so far this year, actually. And, like, they don't usually do it this quick, or, like... You only, at best, Death Battle, you get, like, 1 hand-drawn episode per year.
Yeah.
But, like... it's kind of crazy because, like, you know that My Hero Academia episode retro that you skipped because you didn't want spoilers?
Yeah.
Like, that was hand-drawn episode. That was like a hand-drawn episode.
Oh, apparently you don't have a folder for versions of it. I really should get that to that.
Yeah. And the last episode, Simone vs. Kyle, was hand-drawn by a few people in the Death Battle team, so once again, we're here with that. And, hand-drawn by the legend. Well, hand-drawn animated by, of course. And this one will be hand-drawn by the person who did Scooby vs. Courage and Samurai Jack vs. Afro, and there's a lot he's done, but like, this is gonna be like another solo, but he has a little help. I think I told you that before, Retro. About that, this one, about the hand-drawn episode, but anyway, like, I don't know, I'm pretty hyped. I mean, what about you, Retro?
I just want to see funny crap.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah. I don't know what to say. We're coming close to the countdown.
Oh yeah, let's talk about history with Tom and Jerry and Roadrunners. I watched it as a kid. That was fun.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I watched Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, let's just say we all watched it as a kid. It's a classic.
Yeah.
Yep.
I absolutely adored it as a 10-year-old.
You unmuting it?
I think I was more into Tom and Jerry, but I also liked Looney Tunes.
I don't know about this type of news around
the
here.
fastest and furriestest of the Looney Tunes. Tomcat, the powerhouse pussycat from Tom and Jerry. The fans voted for it and we're here to deliver. He's whizzed.
Oh my god, they actually give a description
and
for once.
it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
But yeah, this was a long-waited episode since it was voted back in
And they better
2023.
put it in
Tales
Tom's
told
screen.
over a
Yeah.
shimmering campfire by the tribespeople of North America, there was no figure so cunning, so bold as Coyote. To the Miwok, he was a Prometheus who stole fire from the heavens to give to humanity. To the Sowetmok, he was a foolish trickster who could die and return to life.
And to the brothers Warner, he's just a poor dumb schmuck who can't catch a break.
To this day, the great Coyote stalks the Americans.
Shit, look at that description of
hunting his
Oh my
species.
god!
And this modern Wile E Coyote is driven by a ruthless entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah, and it
Eternally
draws straight off a
hungry.
cliff. He'll
They have a
pass that
buff
bird
yet,
shit
man.
happily
Yeah.
ever after to his own inevitable undoing. Such is the lot of the common man.
You might not expect it from an anthropomorphic canine Job, but Wile E was born the son of world-famous hunter Cage E Coyote.
I remember that
his
one.
father raised him from infancy to hound his avian adversary, and forbade him to speak until he tasted victory. On the face, an easy task. Coyotes are incredibly adaptable predators, capable of hunting in
Yeah, he has
both
spoken
rural
with
and
bugs,
urban
hasn't he, right?
environments.
They're also speedy little demons. They can sprint at up to 43 miles per hour. Though that's cold comfort when that blue meeping bastard can make beams of light look stone still, or outrun a car that was moving fast enough to travel through time.
Frankly, it's incredible that Wile E manages to consistently keep up with his prey at all. But he does.
No, really, it's actually stated that only a, quote, tiny little extra burst of speed separates the coyote and the roadrunner. Heck, Bugs Bunny himself needed to take super speed supplements in order to move fast enough to outrun Wile E.
I want to watch that.
Almost
So.
as fast isn't fast enough. Fortunately, Wiley's got an endless assortment of gadgets, gizmos, and reams of blueprints to make up the difference.
He's got your classics like dynamite, anvils, and spring-loaded boxing
Jesus,
gloves,
this-
along with
You may
The
not
amount of
laugh at
stuff.
this.
like heat-seeking
Yeah.
missiles, a
I bet they look at
10
every
volt
single episode
electro
possible
magnet, and a
in the
friggin'
comics.
trebuchet.
They had
A
fun.
Reddit favorite.
Video
Yeah.
which he invented himself.
Oh, there it is, Green Lantern ring.
Excruciatingly detailed schemes that inevitably go awry.
Iron Man
Despite
suit.
being a self-described super genius, Wile E has an officially measured IQ of 3.
Who has a cactus?
Okay, the test results were fake, but he's still an idiot.
Why not let a soulless
I just love
corporation do
that
the
Coyote
hard
was
work
just
for him?
cracking
He
with.
sells any product that you can imagine, and Wile E is their most devoted customer, contributing up to 99% of its multi-billion-dollar revenue.
Thanks for the inherited wealth, Pops. Oh, don't worry, I'm spending it all in one place.
He's got an Acme Book of Magic, Acme Clonomatic, Acme Death Ray, Acme City in a Box.
Okay, how many? Okay, how much shit does his company make? Yeah.
Too much.
Too bad half the stuff Wiley uses is intentionally sabotaged because Acme's board of directors is exclusively roadrunners. My man cannot catch a break, but he sure can take some punishment.
No matter the severity of his failures, Wile E is still attuned and can bounce back from just about anything.
He's been sliced, stabbed, squashed, exploded, melted, blasted into a constellation, and overall burned for the last 87 years straight, without ever actually dying. He once got fully disintegrated into ash and popped back up like it was nothing.
Read all that
Similar
over.
to the immortal Coyote of Sowetmok
Read
legend.
all that
He's also
stuff he
shattered the
has.
fourth wall tons of times and even left the comic page entirely to catch the Roadrunner. Yeah, so close.
Believe it or not, there is actually a biological reason for these abilities. Looney DNA. Every toon's got it, not just the Looney ones. And it's what lets them survive fatal damage up to being fully erased off the page. Essentially dictating
They originally
their
showed
personal
like
slice of reality
that film
to
for Dr.
whatever
Who in a
is
3D.
funny.
Like how gravity only
That is
affects the coyote when he looks down.
Toons are immune to the laws of physics as we know them.
That's why Wiley developed a counter to this immortality, the Looney DNA Dissolver, which leaves Toons vulnerable to fatal wounds the same way we are. Yet again,
The
so
death.
close. You can't say he hasn't tried everything.
It was Wiley's experience as a veteran toon that landed him a job at Acme University as department chair of the School of Hard Knocks, teaching up-and-coming Tiny Toons how to use their
Maybe you
abilities.
should watch
Okay,
this.
so Naruto.
Naruto! Damn it.
This works like an actual power
Now
source.
that's what I'll watch.
Toons like Wiley
Yeah.
who are more powerful than their younger counterparts.
And that means Wiley should be capable of replicating feats and abilities performed by any other Looney Tune, like traveling traveling between different mediums or altering the plot of the cartoon he's in.
And my favorite was the time Plucky Duck used Marvin the Martian's matter transmogrifier to suck up the entire universe.
And then suck up the animator animating his universe.
And then suck up the animator's universe for good measure.
Wiley's got a cushy 10-year job teaching that stuff. Impressive for an abject failure at his life mission. He's helped stop a
Why
meteor
is this
destroying
description
Earth,
so
beat the
small?
Monstars in basketball, and even, whoa, snap, cut the Roadrunner! Oh, wait, never mind, so damn close!
According to 1977's Tweety and Sylvester issue 67, Wile E. Coyote has attempted to catch the Roadrunner 4,776,842 times. Scaling to the present, that's over 10 million failures.
He's dead!
Dedication, or
That was a
claiming
lot.
self-destructive stubbornness, too blinded by bird lust to see the forest for the trees.
But Acme's intentional malfunctions and Coyote's recklessness don't account for all of his catastrophes. There's something else, something grand.
Yes, yeah.
What?
Juke, is that
My
Nagito?
friend's salvation.
Wiz, there's no other way to say it. God is just plain out to get this guy.
And by God, we mean the closest thing that exists for Coyote and Roadrunner. Chuck Jones.
Down you, Chuck Jones!
Oh my God.
Originally meant to be a parody of earlier chase cartoons like, well, Tom and Jerry,
Ooh.
Jones established several rules for their animated
Oh,
shows
yeah.
that superseded
I remember
Coyote's
those.
reality warping tune abilities.
Rules that cover his obsession, faulty products, and the fact that no outside force, not even the Roadrunner, is to blame for his defeat. Just him.
While other creators have altered this formula in the decades since Jones's departure, these rules have effectively made the Coyote's defeats cosmically ordained.
God nerfed Wile E. Coyote. In all our years making Death Battle, we have never seen a handicap like that.
But what else can you expect from our fanatical furry son? He's the Sultan of Slapstick, the CEO of Second Place, the Swing and a Miss superstar. As long as he picks himself back up and dusts off the ashes, that'll never be all, folks, for Wile E.
I actually
Coyote.
remember watching that one in cinemas.
Nice.
The year
Oh.
was 1939.
What the heck?
War raged in Europe between the British Tommies and the German Jerrys. As the beleaguered English made their miraculous escape from the German encirclement off the coast of Dunkirk, one might have called the battle a game of cat and mouse.
Oh wow, is that actually where their names come from? I'm looking this up.
Regardless of their names' origin, William Hanna and Joseph Barbera's infamous cat and mouse duo became the
That was a
undisputed
wonderful
kings
band.
of slapstick comedy.
The formula is simple, and we all know it. Tomcat chases Jerry Mouse around the house. Brutal, bone-shaking, I felt that in my balls, violence ensues, and Tom is reprimanded by Mammy Two Shoes.
Who is, let's say, very much from the 1940s.
And if you're like me, all you wanted to see was Tom wipe that smug smirk off that little rat's face. Despite my well-documented hatred of cats, even I've got to cringe at years of propaganda to convince us to side with the filthy, flea-ridden rodent over man's second best friend. Oh, beyond.
House cats like Tom are actually some of Earth's most successful predators. They can run up to 30 miles per hour, leap 6 feet high, and despite
This is not just cat videos.
they're actually crepuscular and hunt in the dawn and evening.
Tom specifically is a British shorthair. They're strong, stocky, roll
Hey, Garfield.
bred to withstand harsh conditions. And for Tom,
Harsh
harsh
conditions
conditions
like
is
Garfield.
an understatement.
Tom has collected a crazy assortment of weapons in his war against mousekind. Sure, most of it is the stuff you can find around the average American household, like baseball bats, lead pipes,
And guns, lots and lots of guns. But he's got wackier things like a magic wand, a robo-cat, vanishing cream, and a smart cap that gives him all the knowledge in the world.
I'm partial to the Sword of Light and Dark, which severs you from your own shadow, or the Rewind Remote, which can move your victim backwards through time.
And you can't forget the cat car and cat jet, spelled with K's of course, but just the cat part.
Tom's arsenal is heavily improvisational, which fits his quick thinking in fights over Thanksgiving turkey. Though he often loses his bouts with Jerry, it's not usually because he's Donald Moore incompetent. Rather, he's just genuinely outplayed.
And even in defeat, he's one tough son of a gun. He's been crushed, blown up, had every bone in his body broken, shattered, melted, and vaporized to dust, and survived.
Well, mostly. Tom actually has kicked the bucket multiple times, but little known cat fact, he has 9 lives, as established in the episode Heavenly Puss.
Wiz was conducting some different kind of research when he stumbled on that episode.
Very funny. Even if Tom starts to use his lives up, he has a potion that just restores them.
Or he can physically
Game
get them
boy!
from hell.
Yeah.
Where all cats go.
Extremely hardcore for a toon, but there isn't much of a limit to what Tom can do. He can clone himself, levitate in the air, make his imagination real, and even break the fourth wall and enter the real world.
Yeah, if you only watch the classic cartoons from the 40s, you may be in for a shock. Tom and Jerry gets buck wild, much like the actual inspirations for their names. Thank you, Google.
Oh, you're still on this?
Toy Whiz. They were actually named after the two characters in Pierce Egan's delightful life in London, Jerry Hawthorne and Corinthian Tom. It was adapted to the stage with the title Tom and Jerry, which later became a catch-all term in 1800s England for young, drunken rabble-rousers.
One could, in fact, say that as well as the times Tom destroyed a planet-busting asteroid, lifted up the sun, and was blown up into a constellation. And he was just fine. Just a bunch of stars now, but he's okay.
He taken
It still chases after Jerry.
time of the Stone Age and has run through space at massively
Yes!
faster light speeds.
That shouldn't be a surprise.
I mean, they
when
took
he and
everything.
Jerry have been at each other's throats for over 80 years now. But what may surprise you is the fact that at the end of the day, they're actually friends.
And they've worked together tons of times to save the day, like when they helped a little orphan girl, Robin Starling, find her way home. Oh, that's a nice end to their story.
Don't you believe it? Now is when we have to talk about Tom and Jerry Chase.
Oh, yay.
Long ago, God, Lord of Sichuan, Erlong
There
Shen,
you go.
battled the tricksy and indomitable Mouse King atop Peach Mountain, leading the goddess Celeste to declare the two the strongest warriors in the realm. And they were, in fact, Tom and Jerry. They were even stronger than Devil Tom, who repelled corruption by the darkness. This mysterious, malevolent force threatened to consume the Tree of Life, whose branches encompass all of time and space.
What is this?
These warriors use the star element to dispel the
Imagine that
darkness
he took
and
a
save the
he's
universe.
faster than Superman.
What the fuck?
Well, it may sound completely insane. It is. Chase is a Chinese mobile gacha game whose lore is not entirely in keeping with the spirit of the source material. However, it is officially licensed by Warner Brothers.
Oh my
What?
China
China loves Tom and Jerry. They're cooking.
Yeah.
Grant us mere mortals some heavenly punch.
No.
Friendly rivalry aside, though, Tom has actually managed to catch the little rat fair and square a few times.
By my count of the original shorts, 19 times.
I could watch him on repeat forever. Too bad he's still a filthy feline. The only kitty I truly respect is named after booze.
Well, you're in luck, because the Tom and Jerry of English literature later became the namesake for a famous Christmas cocktail.
Because there's no better way to get absolutely trashed than with good old Tom and Jerry.
Good ending.
Oh, yeah, I love that.
It's great.
Guess what?
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's that website.
That's right, Boomstick. And you can pick some up for yourself on our brand new website, fbattle.com.
Yeah, I think in terms of Arsenal, Coyote has this one in the bag.
Yeah.
And more.
I'm partial to the
I have a feeling Tom's gonna die because he actually died.
This, for me, there's no prediction. It's the... No, definitely. I like that.
Website numbers. Like I'm here.
I'm gonna predict that Coyote will almost get Tom, but Tom will manage to win.
I feel like it would probably be like I would agree to like just because of the fact that at least Tom actually got a few victories. Coyote's basically said, "Oh no, we should never do anything. He'll be close, but he still would fucking lose."
Yeah.
Exactly. I predict
Chuck
he's.
Norris came back from, I assume, the dead to animate this absent battle.
Alright, the combatants are
Yeah,
set. We've
I predict
updated
he's gonna
all
get
possibilities.
so close,
It's time
but
for
Tom will
Rat
win.
Battle!
Alright.
Let's see how wrong I am.
Yeah, that's... Why the heck?
I can imagine that's an episode.
That's the
Perfect. It's close to the original script.
Meepus!
Oh, he does say that a lot. Janice.
Me power!
Okay, now I just realized that.
Yeah, that would be a reason for them to fight.
Nice.
When's the flight tape for this to come up?
They did.
Wait, what's that?
It came up as generic white text.
Oh, please, is that a reference?
All of them?
Beautiful! I'm loving this! Should've seen that coming.
Wait, my name is Clay? Oh, wait, is it because it was uploaded to cloud? Everybody dies?
How about this? Oh no!
Oh my god, it actually was!
Wile E. Coyote, super genius.
Oh, you're alive!
Yeah, I had a feeling it was. Alright, I guess I was right.
Oh, thank God one of them actually died this time. No! Animal cruelty, no!
Let me guess, they actually tried this once before, but it ended up failing because they couldn't even die.
Gods who could snap their problems away, they had limitations and weaknesses that could be exploited, especially by each other. Let's first talk their stats.
Both were strong enough to contend with universe-threatening phenomena. By comparing Wile E to Plucky Duck, Looney Tunes can not only destroy their own universe, but their animators as well.
And while Tom could move faster than light, Wile E could keep up with the Roadrunner, who could outspeed a car fast enough to travel through time. That's immeasurably fast, and much faster than Tom. Wile E gets the edge in stats.
Wile E's arsenal was a bit better too, believe it or not. Even eliminating the devices that have been shown to malfunction,
I
he
see.
still countered everything Tom had.
The biggest being the Looney DNA Dissolver, which could render Tom's cartoony healing factor moot and end the fight.
While Tom has never been shown to have Looney DNA specifically, the concept clearly has nothing to do with actual DNA molecules.
Looney Tunes have been erased completely and still returned, so it's clearly something more fundamental to their essence.
And since the Dissolver works on any tunes, not just the Looney ones, it should apply to Tom. But considering how much of a screw-up Wile E is, it wasn't a sure bet. Hell, it could have backfired, especially considering how much more competent Tom is.
When it came to intelligence, Wile E's engineering and scheming genius were often defeated by his own ego and stubbornness. Tom, on the other hand, was consistently more flexible, pragmatic, and victorious in his fights. He definitely gets the edge there.
Oh, and Tom has one other big advantage. He doesn't have God nerfing him.
Yeah.
Question: was Tom capable enough to benefit from Wile E's narrative-enforced bad luck and see the DNA Dissolver backfire against him?
That bad luck is a core part of Wile E's character as a cartoon. It's all in his, tuneliness.
To find the answer, we dug deep through the bowels of Looney Tunes lore and ended up in an unexpected place. Space Jam.
Against the Roadrunner, but against the villains of the movie, the Monstars, he actually scores.
And scores again in the sequel. More than
Yeah, I
anyone
remember
else. But according to Chuck Jones's rules, that shouldn't happen, right?
Throughout his entire history, Wile E's cosmically ordained failures only occur when he's specifically chasing the Roadrunner, or other tunes the plot bends around like bugs, because that's what Chuck Jones's rules were written for, Coyote and Roadrunner cartoons.
And even then, looking closely, they've been broken a few times throughout the decades, even during Chuck Jones's tenure.
Without the universe nerfing him, there's no reason to think Wile E couldn't eventually land a hit with the Looney DNA dissolver.
Especially when the only reason it failed was because of the Roadrunner's intervention, a direct violation of Chuck Jones's limitations on the Coyote.
And especially when it's the only thing that either one had that could kill the other.
Despite lacking Wiley's narrative impediments, and despite having a better track record overall, Tom ultimately had no surefire way to kill Wiley, whereas Wiley's superior strength, speed, and loony arsenal ensured his victory.
Wile E gave one hell of a chase and left Tom Jones in for a rematch.
The winner is Wile E Coyote.
Next
That was
time
amazing.
on Death Battle.
Spider-Man!
Spider-Man.
What?
Oh, Miles!
Oh, is that all Miles?
Alright.
Oh, no.
It's Deku versus Miles.
Remember to
I remember that's a
support
popular
Death
matchup actually for Deku and Miles specifically.
I'm not gonna be able to watch it again because I have to catch up.
Oh my god, that sucks.
With the whole with that vulnerability being like, oh, it's like Spider-Man. I suppose that was expected,
Yeah.
but
I was really hoping still see.
God damn it! Another one I'm gonna have to miss.
Like, yeah, and that's a shame. It really is a shame for you.
Darn it!
You know,
Thanks, Carl.
I don't know. Can I just ask? 10 out of 10. No, actually, better question. S. What rank?
That was. I give it.
S.
Yeah, I give it.
I give it. F for fucking fantastic.
PlayStation? PlayStation.
Yeah, that's PlayStation.
Controller, that one. I was
But yeah.
TV remote.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fuck
fuck
it.
it's upcoming? And it's upcoming?
But yeah, fucking fantastic.
I mean, you know, this was a long coming episode, but I don't know. I would say that I think the delay was. I think like the time they took to get it done was more than worth it.
But yeah, that episode did such a great job at capturing the spirit of the two shows.
Yeah, I honestly gotta say yeah. I mean,
The humor, the animation, Tom's voice. So yeah.
Yeah, if I'm right, actually, I think like from what I understand, there was in the credits I saw there was additional voices, and it was one of the people who works on it. Yeah, I think his name was Billy Butson the Third. I'm not sure if I pronounced it right,
With HUD.
but he was like he was. I think that was him who actually voiced Coyote and Tom and did probably the screams actually, which that actually is impressive.
Yeah, that is
But yeah,
impressive.
But
yeah,
also
if I
the
were to
Scooby-Doo
actually give
at
it a
that
grade, I'd give it an S. Because you know,
Yeah.
it's not deserving of an F.
Oh,
but unless we're talking.
I changed my ranking. I give this a. What would you give it?
S.
I give it.
Calm down!
Sorry, come on. We just had to do the Tom screens.
Oh my god, the audacity. X, what would you give it? 10.
Fair enough. 10 out of 10.
Born answer. That was all. That was all impressive. And I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back for that one, actually.
The screen or the.
Yeah, the whole thing. Never
Yeah.
gonna be able to do that.
It is still a bit of a strange for you. It's a shame for you that you won't be able to watch the next time.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, you're convincing me more to watch My Hero Academia than anything. And I honestly have to say, Mile, and I think Deku's last episode, I mean, it was good, but like, I think this next one will probably do him better.
Probably.
And I guess, if anything, actually I have to ask, was that expected because Shigaraki versus Mahito? Or
You know what? I was gonna say that Deku might have it in the back because like Spider-Man got Deku, and if they're going with his peak, he has a lot of powers, but they don't have the same ideology or something like that.
And I'm pretty sure, if I'm guessing, it's definitely going to be Miles from the comics again.
Probably.
And
You don't want him to work.
Either way, I don't mind. I'm pretty good with it, and honestly, if I have to say, I don't think
I
he ever
feel
saw...
like if we're going for personality, I feel like Peter Parker will be a better match. But let's be honest, it doesn't matter. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, I think the reason, I guess, is probably because Protege, or like the upcoming successor, right?
Well, Brian, this is going to be in next week or no?
No, 4 weeks.
Month. 4 weeks.
Yeah.
But they got a lot of anime to catch up on.
I think if anything, it's probably going to be Sprites anyway. Probably.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's going to be Sprites if I had to guess.
Maybe I can see that.
So
anyway.
what episodes did they release this year?
As of right now, let's see. Currently, we have
Master
Kratos.
Chief
We had Kratos versus Asura. Then we had Ghost Rider versus Spawn. Shigaraki versus Mahito. Master Chief versus Doomslayer. Seymour the Digger versus Kyle Rayner.
Seymour.
That's how you say. That's how you say Seymour.
I'd definitely
Seymour.
And yeah, this episode.
I'd say this episode was definitely the best episode they released this year so far.
Yeah.
And just behind it, I think I would rank Kyle versus
Seymour
second.
I can't think it. Seymour.
It's alright. It's alright. It is strange. Yeah, but it's strange. Like Simone is not pronounced like Simon because that's how it's said, but it's like the text, you know.
Say no more.
And if anything, it's like Ghost Rider versus Spawn. This is one of the only few episodes not confirmed so far.
I'm just looking through the store pages. I'm bored.
If anything, I mean, might as well ask. I mean, actually, no. I'm gonna ask an idea. Like, there's only a few episodes left that is predicted or like that's guaranteed to show up. As far as I know, there's the bonus episode, Light vs. Columbo, and that could be coming out anytime.
Yeah.
And then there's, of course, and then as for the main episodes, Hulk vs. Godzilla. Let's see, what's after Hulk vs. Godzilla? There's Aang versus Genshin Impact. And then there's like Guru vs. Megamind, and what was the last one? I know there was one more.
But
Oh yeah, Ruby versus Mach, yeah.
But yeah, unlike Kratos versus Ashura, I doubt this will be the case, but I hope my opinion on Tom versus Coyote doesn't sour, but I doubt it will, because that was a freaking fantastic episode that got a lot of laughs out of us.
That definitely is.
I will say, it is definitely like internet animated kind of thing. It's nothing like the old cartoons, but it is really good.
Yeah, it does a good job. Again, it does a great job at capturing the spirit of Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry.
Yeah,
and I think that's the best thing they can do with that. And I think the analysis kind of... And while I was expecting like you were mentioning, I think it was best they didn't go for it.
This is weird for something that's considered to have no script, but it has very great script writing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I don't know, I think it's just so fun. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
The episode is just fun.
Yes. I was actually expecting them both to die.
Yeah. I remember saying for Kratos vs. Ashura that for a one-man animator, I thought it was pretty good, and
especially one man.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. But with this episode, I think we got enough laughs and enjoyment out of it that I don't think I don't think I can speak for you guys, but I don't think my opinion will sour on this one anytime soon.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. But just to say, Wile E vs. Tom was animated by 2 people specifically.
Yeah.
You lied to me!
I did say that to you before, remember?
Yeah, you did.
But it's kind of weird that I think like most people thought it was only going to be animated by one person, but it's still surprising 2 people were able to do this. I don't know. I know this is going on long, but I think
this is a good sign that we'll enjoy this episode again in the long run.
Yeah, if I have to be honest though, there is only... Let's see, considering that next time is going to be episode 198, I'm actually going to do this right now. I know this is probably going to be best,
What
but
are they
like...
having for 200 episodes?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking really, actually, because here's the thing. There's like one episode in
Oh
the
my god, I think I know what they're gonna do.
What?
Samus versus Boba Fett.
I mean, that would be the
Wait,
funniest joke.
Wiz versus Boom. That's already been done, hasn't it?
No, not yet. And that's
Wiz
more
versus
considered.
Boomstick.
That's more like the series finale, actually.
Oh.
But here's what I think. Here's my personal opinion. Here's the thing. That's right, I remember. There was one other episode I forgot. There's like Ash versus There's Ash versus Yuki from Yo.
Ash versus Pikachu.
That's a stupid one, but that would be funny. But I originally heard that Ash versus Yuki was supposed to be the episode 200, but it seems to be changed. But I think I know what. I have a feeling it'd probably be Ruby versus Makima, or Maki, the character from Soul Eater. It's like a very specific one. It sounds weird, but I bet you never heard of Soul Eater, guys, have you?
I know of it. I know my sister watched it, I think.
I feel, in my opinion, it has. I feel like it's going to be that one because, if I'm thinking about this right, it's because it's very specific for Death Battle. If that makes sense. Because the creator of Ruby, rest in peace. Man, shit, that was 10 years ago. God damn, 10 years ago. I happened to the creator who's gone. And like the creator of Ruby, he was like in a way he was the reason that inspired Death Battle. Like Boba Fett versus Samus Aran, I think was inspired by Haloid. You know the. Have I ever showed you guys Haloid?
Haloid? Is that Halo Metroid?
Yeah. Have I ever showed you guys that? No.
I think Metroidvania sounds much better than Haloid.
But it's like an old fan animation where where Spartan fights against Samus Aran. It's like a really classic. It's like a classic, an internet classic in my opinion.
Alright.
God, we're going like 30 minutes in.
36.
36.
You guys talking about that stuff, and I'm
Again,
just like
we had a lot
blowing
of
up
good
match here.
It is a good. It's a. I guess maybe
we had a lot of good things to say about this episode, so that's a good sign that we'll enjoy it again in the long run.
Definitely, I think so. I guess I don't really have anything else to say for. I think maybe we should.
Not to knock against the previous Death Battle episodes we've gotten this year, but I can't really. Yeah, I can't really remember much of the previous episodes. Not a knock against them. It's just more of I just can't remember. But this one, I can definitely say that I probably won't be forgetting this one anytime soon. It was freaking fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
That was funny.
Yeah. Again, it does a great job of capturing the spirit of Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, I guess the only thing I'm actually going to say is that I think it's competing with two other episodes in my opinion. It's either going to be competing against the previous episode, Simon versus Kyle, because I just think that's just...
Yeah, I'd rank that second in my list of Death Battle episodes this year so far.
And I would say Shigaraki versus Mahito, but I'm going to need to still think about that.
Boy, am I glad Death Battle's still going on after one of the brothers tried to kill us.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Attempted murder.
Do you want to close this video off anyway?
Yeah, that's all, folks.
Well, that's all, folks, and question... When is Mickey versus Bugs? Yeah, that's a good question. When is Wiki versus Bugs happening? That's all, fuckers.